Harry, this is Lord Potato, and this is What If Luffy was the reincarnation of Sukuna. Part, 3. Recap? No recap, because it's been like 5 days and it's not a month, so, no recap. That's just because I'm lazy, and yeah. So this was the... How many did I just upload? Okay, this is I think the third What If that I uploaded today. So yeah. The first one was the panda, the one that, yeah, and then the second one was the UG. Then this one will be the third one. But yeah, other than that, let me begin. So we go into before I go into go subscribe to Anime Sensei, Iconic What Ifs, and Obito What Ifs will be in the link to the description. But yeah, let me now go into the What If. So we go in. Also, if you hear like the heater being turned on, yeah, that's just me kind of because it's cold as fuck in my room right now. Because yeah, temperature's going down. Other than that, let me go into the What If now. And shut the fuck up about my fucking me freezing stuff half the damn time. But other than that, go. I should shut the fuck up. Let's go. So we go into Luffy and Nami and Zoro going to the next island. This is where, well, they go into an island where, well, Usopp would still kind of say, haha, I am Captain Usopp. I have tens of millions of men behind me, ready to put their lives on the line to stop you. This is where Luffy, he uses the Gummy Gummy Army to just kind of get onto the tree and just lift himself up and say, I don't see any men. I only see 3 kids and 1 long-nosed person. This is where Usopp goes, he passes out. The 3 kids run away, but yeah. Luffy, he knew that Usopp did not have tens of millions of men or whatever, because he noticed the island was way too small for it. And of course, this is where Nami and Zoro, they get up, they find Usopp, and yeah, they go to the freaking store, and Usopp kind of says, then you must be looking for people. Then I'll be the captain. Luffy, Zoro, and Nami kind of ignores him. Yeah. This is where, well, Luffy is thinking of something else. This is where Luffy, he is thinking of, he needs, what would he need? Because he need a cook. He then asks Usopp if he knows how to cook. Usopp says no. But I am going to be a great captain. Luffy ignores that little remark. This is where Luffy then asks, could we get a ship? This is where Zoro and Nami kind of just looks at him with just question marks in their faces. Luffy has to explain. We're going to the Grand Line. That's why I'm trying to get a crew. This is where both Zoro and Nami kind of looks at him and saying, the Grand Line? Oh, wait. Why not? Can't we not use the boat that you had? That boat is only for here in the freaking Easter Blue. Reason why we can't really bring this, the boat towards, well, the Grand Line is because it's gonna get destroyed in an instant. It will either crash into some rocks and yeah. And besides, the boat is too damn small for any crew. Besides, do you realize that I'm gonna have to be sharing with... Okay, this is where Luffy says, I want to get at least a couple more members before going to the Grand Line. If we all went to the Grand Line, like say that we had 5 members, you being one of them, Nami, you realize that we will have to share a room together, or I will have to just be on the dock and just be waiting. And pretty much I don't really care in which one you pick. This is where Nami gets flustered and say, huh? Wait, you would share you a room? What? Huh? This is where Luffy says, if you don't want to share a room, then I can just like sleep in the freaking outside. I don't really care. This is where, well, Nami says, yeah, I think that sounds like a better idea. Luffy says, but that's why I want a bigger ship, so everyone can get their own rooms, and so I can get a captain quarter. This is where, basically a captain, the captain rooms. This is where, well, Usopp says, I'll be the captain. That's where Luffy says, oh my god, this guy's annoying me half that time. This is where Luffy says, wait, Usopp. Usopp. Where have I heard that name before? This is where, well, Luffy says, Yoso, or Usopp. This is where Usopp says, that's not my name. No, that's your father's name. He's with the red hair pirate Shanks. That's why I remember your name so freely. I thought of a Y, not a U, and that's why I was thinking of Yosef, not Usopp. Interesting. No wonder you sing your what's it called? You seem familiar. That's where Usopp says, "Wait, you know my father?" Yeah, I just mentioned he was with the red hair pirate named Shanks. So he's doing good. That's where Usopp says, at least he's doing good. That's where Luffy says, you can come along with me to go find him. To go find your dad with the red hair Shanks. Pirate, I think Shanks won't attack me, right? Unless I piss him off enough. Other than that, yeah, you can come with us to just go find him. That's where Usopp just says, I would love to see my father again. That's where Luffy says, also wait, Usopp, is there anywhere we can buy a boat? Or like build one at least? This is where Usopp says, oh, the rich lady that, what's it called, Orange Lady? The rich girl named Kaya. Or I think her name was Kaya. I can't remember. I'm gonna call her Kaya. This is where Luffy nodded. So they go to Kaya's mansion. And of course, this is where, well, Kaya kind of laughs at Usopp's like remarks and all that. This is where, well, the butler named, what's it called? The cat one kind of goes and kind of says, Kaya, you should not be talking to these losers. He looks at Usopp. And this is where Usopp gets angry. And this is where Luffy says, hey, aren't you that cat pirate? This is where, well, everyone looks at, well, the butler. And this is where even Kaya even looks at him. Widen her eyes and say, what do you mean pirate? This is where the the butler kind of just goes, I do not know what you're talking about, pirate. But I need you to leave. That's what Luffy says. Please, like you can ever lie to me. Luffy already has his arm around the, well, Kuro or whatever his name is. Yeah, Kuro already around his neck. This is where Luffy says, I can easily crush your neck into just, well, not crush. He says, I can easily snap your neck like a cat. Since you do the being called the cat pirates. But Luffy's voice was so dark and so aggressive. Luffy started, like, marks started appearing around his face for a second. This is where, well, Nami, Zoro, and even Usopp got scared. Even Kaya, of, like, how Luffy's, like, voice kind of goes darker and more aggressive. And Luffy says, you know, if you don't leave this island, Captain Pirate of the Cats, then I'm gonna rip your neck off. Snap it like a twig. Cut your head so clean off. That'll look like a work of art. That's where Luffy's smile gets so dark and creepy. This is where, well, Kuro realized that this is Monkey D. Luffy. 169 million on his head. This is where Kuro says, I'll leave. Please don't kill me. This is where he starts running away. Because he's like, fuck that. No, I'm not gonna be fighting that. This is where Luffy, he goes back to normal and says, oh, well, it seems that pirate decides to leave you alone, Kaya. Well, it seems that, well, that nice pirate decides to go away. Yay! So, Kaya, you mind helping us with a little of our needs a little bit? After saving your life from a pirate? It's where everyone snaps back, sees Luffy is back to cheerful and happy. Everyone looks at him. What the fuck? Luffy says, what are you guys looking at? He just ran away and said bye. He was just leaving off this island. I asked him nicely by punching him in the head. Yeah. It's where all of them looked at him so damn confused. Luffy knew what happened. So something again took control of him, but he managed to break out by kind of pushing that other person out of the way, out of the control. Sukuna is laughing. He's saying, come on. Stop kicking me out. I know you're my reincarnation, Luffy, but there's some easy ways for you to lose control. And those are your emotions. Come on. Just a little bit more and this wall will break. Or any time. And we will be one together when we meet again. We might be meeting in just some events, but we will be one. Monkey D. Luffy. Damn it. Fuck. You know what, I'm just gonna have to sit here again. So we go to Luffy and says, yeah. So we need a boat. This is where Kaya decides to tell him about the, Going Merry? Yeah, I think that's what it's saying. Going Merry? And of course, this is where Luffy is like saying, wow. This is where all of them say, that's a bigger boat. This is where Luffy says, so how much would it be? This is where Kaya says, it will be, well, free. Because you kind of saved me from, well, the pirate. This is where Luffy says, also, I forgot to heal you. This is where Luffy kind of goes up to her. And this is where she says, heal me? Wait, what do you mean? Well, Usopp did say you were sick. So, I'm gonna try to heal your sickness. That's where Luffy, his arm just goes into a fiery color. But it's not fire. It's mostly curse energy. Reverse curse energy, and it's red. This is where Kai says, are you sure that's not gonna hurt me? Luffy says, no. Luffy kind of pokes her in the head, putting reverse curse energy into her body, and getting out the poison from her system. That's where Luffy says, do you feel any better? She says, actually, I feel much better. Thank you. That's where Luffy says, you're welcome. Besides, you're Usopp's friend, so, well, Luffy says, you're Usopp's friend and maybe a future wife in the near future. So, I want to help, well, friends out with their problems. That's where Nami says, you will help out friends with problems. That's where Nami is thinking, should I? No, maybe? No, he's kind, but at the same time, he has such an odd personality change. I don't know. This is where, well, they get on the Going Merry and Usopp does come along. But of course, he's not going to try to fight for the the captain position. Luffy's personality is so odd to him, is dark and sometimes, but it can also be such a bright sunball. This is where, well, Usopp is just thinking, if I piss him off enough, I feel like I will get that personality, the murderous personality. So not trying. So yeah, Usopp does create like the flag still and does like show that they're the Straw Hats now. But yeah, they decide to go to get another, well, person. This is where Luffy says that we might need a chef. Because Luffy in this one is smart. Now, Luffy is looking around, and of course, this is where a marine boat, like a ship, comes and says, huh, it seems that there's some pirates here. If you don't surrender, I will destroy your... This is where Luffy says, the hell, who the hell are you? This is where Luffy's voice gets deeper and darker. Hey you, Captain. This is where Captain says, yeah, pirate, do you surrender? This is where Luffy says, no. But what I will do is this. Luffy throws his hand all the way up in the air, and then it puts Armorman Hawking, but then Luffy blows into it, and Luffy says, third gear, elephant crush. He smashes the ship into nothing but pieces. This was the captain of the pirate, well, not the captain of the pirate, the captain of the Marines just widens his eyes and realizes it's Luffy Monkey D. Yeah, something that he fucked up to even go fight. Or mostly Monkey D. Luffy. So yeah. Of course, this is where they look at Luffy, and Luffy says, what are you guys looking at? This is where all of them say, your personality keeps changing. Well, they don't actually say anything. They say quiet and sad. This is where they go to the restaurant. And this is where, well, kind of chef kind of asks Luffy and his crew to say, what will you guys be paying with? Luffy says, money? What the hell do you want me to pay with? Fucking heads? This is where, well, the chef says, no, money is okay. Money is great. This is where Luffy says, sheesh, what kind of retarded question is that? Of course I'm gonna be paying with money. Unless you want me to be paying with damn heads of marines, I'll be paying with that then. So yeah. Of course, as well, Luffy said it in such a kind of relaxed tone of like when he was saying those. Like if he was just talking about the weather. This is where both Nami, Zoro, and even Usopp sees this. And even the captain of the chef, or not captain of the chef, mostly a chef. And of course, this is where he says, no, it's fine. And money's fine. Luffy says, good. So this is where the person brings out the menu. And of course, this is where Nami picks this. Sorry about that. Nami picks this, Zoro picks this, and Usopp does the same. While Luffy decides to get a couple of things, but yeah. Mostly meat. And this is where the chef says, got it. So where the chef goes to go get the food and all that. Until Sanji comes out and kind of like still gives the food and all that. And of course starts flirting with Nami. This is where Luffy kind of looks at Sanji. And of course this is where Luffy ignores him anyway. This is where Zoro gets angry and says, what about food? You stupid fucking chef. This is where Sanji and Zoro kind of gets angry and start arguing with each other. Usopp did get his food second, but this is where Zoro and Sanji are just arguing. And Luffy is kind of getting hungry. And that's where Luffy says, if you two don't shut the fuck up for one damn second, there's a good chance that you two are gonna be landing in the fucking water. I don't care if you're a fucking waiter. And Zoro, I don't give a fuck if you're on my crew and you're fucking, what's called the first mate. I will throw you both into the water and make sure that I put, cement blocks tied to your legs and see if you two can fucking swim. This is where both of them get scared and shuts up. But yeah, Luffy is just getting annoyed with them. Luffy has a short temper. Somewhat, because of Sukuna a little bit. But yeah. This is where, Sanji says, fine, I'll get your food. This is where Luffy says, good. God, why is this so annoying? This is where, well, Sanji does bring the food with what's called first Luffy and then Zoro. Zoro gets angry because Sanji's doing this on damn purpose. This is where Luffy says, just eat. This is where Zoro does. Now Zoro, he doesn't mind Luffy's kind of like short temper a little bit. But it's kind of strange to see, well, a little bit of a kind side, and then such an angry side. And Zoro's kind of fine with it. He doesn't mind it because he can see Luffy is strong as fuck. And he respects Luffy for that. So yeah. Of course, this is where, well, Luffy's just done eating. Of course, he goes to talk to the chef, like the owner of the chef and all that. And that being, Zach. Not Zach. Zach. Wait, what was her name? So, of course, this is where, well, Zeph is talking to Luffy. And Luffy does talk about if he has any spare chefs. So, yeah, that's why he went to go talk to him. Of course, Luffy does pay Zeph the money for if he does have any chefs or anything. Well, mostly it's the food first and then it's the chefs and all that. So, of course, this is where Zeph thinks about it and then says, wait a minute, you look somewhat familiar. Why do you seem so familiar? Luffy says, don't know, don't care. That's where, well, the next thing happens is, well, basically that one pirate come in and then, well, he's getting kicked out. Sanji feeds him. Luffy does see this. And of course does talk. Of course this is where Sanji says, you know you should be leaving or something soon, right? Luffy says, true, but I don't mind. This is where, well, the pirate does bring his like boss basically the leader. Sanji still does feed him. Luffy is still there. That's where Sanji does get hit by the leader, and of course the leader says, "Ha ha ha! You all better be paying and give me the food and blah blah blah." That's where Luffy says, "You know, for being a pathetic weakling, you sure are very rude. So annoying." This is where Luffy's voice gets darker and deeper each damn time. Starts walking towards, what was his name? Damn name again, I forgot. Of course, it was, wait. Oh yeah, I forgot about Johnny and what's it called, Usopp. So they were still come with Luffy, and of course, when they're seeing Luffy's kind of tone change, it kind of scares the shit out of them. This is where Don Krieg looks at Luffy and says, "Why is there a kid coming towards me?" That's where Luffy says, "Oh, why I'm coming towards you is to murder you. What do you fucking think?" This is where Don Krieg says, "Why you?" This is where Luffy walks past him. And, well, first, he kind of just looked like he disappeared from Don Krieg, but then appeared next to him, walking past him. Kind of opening the door and just walking away. Well, not opening the door, they're already outside, but Luffy kind of just walks, looks over to the sea, and this is where Don Krieg says, "Why you little..." This is where Don Krieg is cut into ribbons. Luffy's hand looked like it got sharper. Like if it wasn't made of rubber, it was kind of sharper. This is where Luffy is kind of losing control a little bit. And Sukuna's managing to take control a little bit. Sukuna says, "Pathetic, why aren't you? Truly just a pathetic creature." This is where, well, Sukuna was about to do something else until Luffy stops him. And this is where Sukuna says, "Stop. Let me kill him. Let me fully kill all of them." You know you are also angry. Your temper, Luffy. You won't be able to stop me. Come on, just let me kill all his crewmates. And this is where Luffy is kind of struggling to stop Sukuna from going after the Don Krieg pirates and killing them all, and even Gin. And Luffy kind of just says, "Stop this. It's unnecessary bloodshed." That's where, well, Sukuna says, "We'll talk more." Well, he doesn't say it's unnecessary, but Luffy manages to stop it. So yeah, Luffy says, "Such unnecessary to kill them." That's where everyone is widening their eyes to see just Don Krieg just being cut into fucking ribbons. Into 5, like, places, like, not 5 places, cut into 5 sections, but yeah. That's where Luffy says, "Huh, I guess he was pathetic." This is where, well, Nami, she's still on the boat, and of course, she hasn't really taken the, what's it called, well, going merry. The reason why is because when she sees this kind of fight between Don Krieg and Luffy, this is where, well, someone says, "Wait, I now know who he is." That's where Chef says, "Wait, what are you talking about?" That's where one of the chefs had a bounty saying, "That's Monkey D. Luffy, 169 million on his head. From ever since he was younger, he had that much money. He's actually pretty dangerous, and Marine suggests to never be next to him." That's where Chef widens his eyes and says, "I see. So that's why I know the kid is so being familiar." Nami overheard it and she says, 169 million? That's a lot. So I've been traveling with a dangerous pirate? But he seems nice and yet scary." Luffy kind of just walks towards Don Krieg's like dead body and all that. Luffy says, "I might have accidentally went overboard. Still gotta figure out what's happening to my body." This is where Gin rushes at Luffy because he's angry and says, "You kill him! You monster!" This is where Luffy, he was about to just, punch Gin until Zoro appears and says, "You are not touching my captain." He was about to, like, slash, Gin down, like, basically cut him down, until Sanji says, "Oh, no, you don't, you swords bastard." This is where both Luffy gets annoyed of fucking Sanji and Zoro's bickering. So, of course, this is where Luffy kicks all, well, it kind of says Gumma Gumma, kick whip, and kicks both Zoro, Sanji, and even Gin into the fucking, well, broken boat mostly, because the boat did get cut into a million pieces because of, well, Mihawk. That's where, well, Mihawk says, so where's Don Creed? Luffy says, oh, you're a little too late. I accidentally killed him. Here's where Mihawk says, phew, god damn it. Here's where, well, Luffy says, well, you can always fight against my, what's it called, first in command. He always wants to prove himself to be a swordsman. Right, Zoro? Zoro's like, yeah, I'll be fighting. Wait, that's Mihawk. I see. I want to prove myself to be one of the greatest swordsmen, and that is to fight Mihawk. So of course they fight. Zoro still loses his two swords, like, breaks, and of course this is where Luffy says, Luffy jumps down, grabs Zoro because he was kind of still hurt. This is where Luffy brings him towards Nami and the others, and then tells, well, Zoro, do you want to be healed or do you want the scar to stay? Zoro says, I'll take the scar. I won't be healed. I'll take all the pain because I will be your first command, Luffy. I will be the one to protect you, to show that you will be Pirate King. Luffy smiles and says, good. Because I might also take a crack a shot to fight Mihawk. That's where Nami says, are you crazy? No. You're not going to go fight him. This is where Luffy says, why not? I already took out Don Creed and he wasn't much shit. Maybe taking out Mihawk would be funny. That's where Nami says, no. She grabs him from the arm, and Luffy noticed that Nami is kind of grabbing him from the arm tightly, and of course, kind of shaky. She's getting nervous. If Luffy does this, then she won't be able to escape arm. And this is where Luffy says, fine, I won't even fight him. I do want to ask him a question. That's where Nami lets go of Luffy. Luffy disappears. Nami says, Luffy, damn it. This is where Luffy appears right in front of Mihawk. Mihawk says, you're pretty fast, kid. Luffy says, yeah, I am pretty fast. But can I ask one question? Mihawk says, fine, ask, what is it? Do you know Red Hair Shanks? This is where Mihawk says, Red Hair Shanks. Interesting. You know a Sea Emperor. You know his name. Very interesting. Thought you would have been a rookie. Luffy says, I might be a rookie, but at least I know who he is. I want to know, where can I get in contact with him? That's where Mihawk says, contact with him. I'll give you the number. Well, kind of information and where he will be kind of at. If you prove the skills to show how strong you are. To see how strong you are to fight him. That's where Luffy, he grabs one of the swords from, well, because there was a bunch of swords just laying around and Luffy grabs like two of them and says, fine, I'll take you on. This is where, well, Mihawk says, then bring it on. That's where Luffy disappears with blinding speed, puts both Armament Hawking into the sword, and clashes with Mihawk. Mihawk widened his eyes. Luffy already knowing Armament Hawking is kind of impressive. This is where Mihawk says, you should have trained. If you know Armament Hawking, then you should have trained your first, first crewmate. It's where Luffy says, I would have. It's just, he probably would have been too stubborn to even know about Armament Hawking. Now that you show him the eyes and how kind of weak he is from other people, maybe that will help him out in Armament Hawking. This is where Mihawk says, interesting. So, I'm guessing that Armament Hawking were trained by, well, Shanks. This is where Luffy says, of course. He is one of the best, what's called Hawking users out there. So I guess I was just trained by the best. That's where Mihawk says, then I'd like to see how strong you are. This is where they start clashing. This is where Nami says, that idiot. That's where Luffy, he dodges a swing from Mihawk and then almost cuts Mihawk's head off. This is where Mihawk managed to dodge. This is where Mihawk says, very interesting. Then That's where Mihawk put his blade back away because he did use the bigger blade. But of course, this is where he kind of just stops using it. This is where he says, "I will wait until you get stronger, until your first crewmate gets stronger, and I'll fight him again. But you are special, very special, interesting. So I'll give you the contact of where how you can call him." So Luffy gets the contact if to call Shanks, and this is where Luffy does like get the number and all because he can just put it in the snow and yeah. This is where Luffy says, "Good. I just need to talk to him for a little bit." This is where Mihawk says, "Yeah, good luck with that." Luffy just walks back and goes to Nami, and of course, this is where Nami sighs and says, "Thank God." Luffy says, "Were you worried about me, adorable?" This is where Nami goes flustered and says, "No." Of course, this is where Sanji says, great, that's a fucking headache of a sleep. Gin is also waking up, but yeah. Of course, this is where, well, everyone is winding their eyes, knowing that this is Monkey D. Luffy, and all the, like, nobles kind of runs back inside because they're scared, but yeah. Zeph kind of looks at Luffy and says, "You're pretty strong, kid. For only being 17, I perhaps see. Well, this is why you're so strong, even since you were young." Luffy smiles and says, "That's just because those are old pictures." "You never knew. Maybe that's a fake bounty, and I might be just lower ranked than that." Zeph says, "Bullshit. Having that much money, even though you're 17, shows that you're pretty strong." Sorry, I'm yawning. Of course, this is where, well, Luffy says, "Yeah, that might be true. Besides, that just shows my strength." This is where Zeph nodded, and this is where Zeph is now thinking of just letting Sanji go with Luffy. Cause if Luffy can bring the dreams of his crewmates, then definitely Sanji will be able to go to the what's it called? The Grand Blue, I think. No, it wasn't the Grand Blue. The the Ocean Blue, or I forgot what it's called, where all the fishes and Sanji wants to go to just go find all the different types of fish so he can cook. So yeah. So we fast forward into, well, Nami actually asking Luffy to go towards her island after kind of getting, well, a chef and all that. So of course the chef will still be Sanji, and Sanji was kind of be bullied to be thrown out. And of course, this is where Sanji overhears what's called Luffy talking to Zeph, and of course, this is where Sanji like thanks everyone, and of course, this is where everyone starts crying. Yeah, such an emotional time for Sanji, but yeah. Of course, this is where, well, Sanji asked Luffy where they will be going. Luffy says, "We'll be going to Nami's island." This is where Sanji says, "Nami, what's it called? Nami Swan, yes. We will go towards our island. Yes. I wonder if there be any," Luffy says. This is where, well, well, not Luffy, mostly Sanji is just going simp mode and all. And this is where Nami gets, well, called by Luffy towards his, like, headquarters of his captain room. That's where Nami says, "Yeah, Luffy?" Luffy says, "Tell me, Nami. Tell me. Who's the one to kind of, well, how should I say, hurt you in your island? Because you're truly always nervous. And now bringing up your island gets you more nervous. Tell me the person and I'll rip his head off." He said it in such a menacing tone. This is where Nami says, "That's a little difficult. Would it be even to go up against a fisherman?" The only fisherman I'm thinking is Arlong. Damn, slick, fishy bastard. I'll crush his whole damn organization in such an instant. That's where Nami widened her eyes, and this is where Luffy says, "What, you think I wouldn't know about Arlong? I kinda know of what to call, well, pirates around here in Easter Blue. I'm not an idiot, Nami. And besides, for someone like you, I will hate for anyone to dare hurt you. That's where Nami gets flustered but also kind of gets scared for anyone that actually decides to kind of hurt her in the near future. This is where Luffy says, but that's just me. So we're going to your island, and I'm going to crush and murder all the fishmen. I don't give a shit if they're allies with their fucking Poseidon or whatever bullshit. That's where Nami kind of is glad with Luffy, but yeah. They get to Nami's island, and of course is where, well, Nami says that this is my island, yeah. Luffy says, okay, well, they go around, and of course Nami is kind of just going around, and of course she's getting more nervous until a fishman kind of goes and says, Nami, you better go to Arn if you do have the money. And this is where Luffy gets angry. And what Luffy does is just grab Nami, but also kind of move his finger across the fishman's neck by just swiping the air. And of course the fisherman says, what is he gets his neck cut. That's where Nami says, Luffy, no. Luffy says, I'm going to kill all those pathetic bastards. This is where Sanji says, was that really necessary, Luffy? Luffy looks at him with a glare. This is where Sanji says, holy shit, why is he pissed? This is where Luffy starts walking away. This is where Nami tries to grab Luffy's arm and says, please, stop. And Nami says, tries to beg him to stop this. This is where, well, Luffy puts his straw hat on Nami and says, don't worry, I'll be back. Sanji, Zoro, Usopp, Usopp and, not Usopp, Johnny and Usopp, I forgot their name. Well, the other guy's name. Protect Nami. I'm gonna be back. Bring Nami towards wherever. Or protect her. That's where Sanji says, where are you going? Somewhere. Somewhere that I want to fucking destroy in an instant. This is where, well, Luffy disappears with blinding speed. The ground underneath him just crack. That's where Nami says, Sanji, Zoro, please, protect him. That's where Zoro says, it'll be fine. Luffy's strong. Anything that will go after him, he will just crush in an instant. That's why he has 169 million. It doesn't show that he can't crush anyone. Besides, it always does say that go get an armor or something in the bounty. So, I mean, if Marines are scared of him, then Marines are really scared of him. This is where, well, we go into Arlong Park. This is where Arlong is laughing, and of course he's saying, oh, I wonder if Nami is gonna come. This is where the gate just shatters into 1,000,000 pieces. This is where Luffy goes in, cracking his knuckles. This is where symbols started all appearing all around his body. This is where Luffy says, you heard her. You're dead. This is where, well, the fishermen start attacking Luffy, and Luffy just cuts them all down, walking past them. This is where Arlong says, who are you, human? Luffy says, your pathetic existence ends here, you stupid fucking fish. This is where Arlong rushes and tries to attack Luffy with his sword, and Luffy just grabs the sword and breaks it into 1,000,000 pieces. This is where Arlong just jumps away and says, interesting, I guess you'll be fighting me. Now, the octopus did get kind of knocked away by getting slapped away because Luffy did slap the shit out of him. And this is where Luffy says, domain expansion. Because Luffy already thought of the mind, well, in his head, domain expansion. And this is where he says, well, I'm actually... So it'll be mostly what Luffy will do is...
Domain expansion. Malevolent Shrine.
Since when Luffy does the domain expansion, the inner Sukuna already has Arlong in his domain expansion. And this is where Sukuna does a little bit take control a little bit, and just give him the mind and how to do the dome expansion for Luffy to already know how to do it, and that's why. This is where, well, Arlong gets kind of confused until he's cut into multiple pieces. This is where Luffy says, pathetic. This is where Luffy walks away, but also said open, and fire appears, and this is where he shoots a fire arrow at the dead body of Arlong. This is where Luffy says, this whole place is annoying. This is where Luffy, he kind of jumps away from Arlong Park, and then he makes another fire in his hand, and this time he makes it into a ball, but this time he just like grabs the ball, stretches out, and says, fire, fire style, fire arrows. Multiple fire arrows appear and starts hitting Arlong Park and burning it to the ground. Luffy says, no one, and I say no one, touches her and pisses me off about it. So of course this is where Luffy walks away and goes to Nami. This is where Nami is kind of just talking to her sister Nojiro, and of course they're just like talking. This is where Nojiro is saying, thank God, Nami, you're at least here. This is where like what's it called? The Marines come and of course saying, Nami, well, it seems that you're here. I guess pay up and give us a... This is where Luffy appears, and he cuts them all down with a blade that Luffy kind of said open. This blade looks like a kind of... Well, it was kind of jagged to kind of look like it's done or not. And of course, this is where Luffy says seal. Of course, it seals back, and this is where Luffy says, hey guys, you okay? Luffy seals, turns back to normal. His like body turns back to normal. This is where Luffy says, so hey guys, how you doing? This is where he looks at Nojiro and says, hi there. This is where Nojiro says, hello. Who are you and how the hell did you just kill the Marines? And aren't you scared about the Marines? I'm a pirate, why would I care? This is where she says, because of Arlong. This is where Luffy says, oh, Arlong is dead. His park is burning to the ground. And you are all free, even Nami. Nami, wide in her eyes, goes up to Luffy and hugs him and says, thank you. She starts crying on him, saying, thank you a lot. This is where Luffy says, you're welcome. This is where, well, Nojiro thinks of something perverted and just kind of starts blushing, and of course she's like, This is where Luffy says, he says, you're my friend, of course I'm gonna help you. Nojiro goes, I thought there were more than that. Damn it. This is where, well, Luffy then feels like something else, what's it called, not something else. Nami, she actually gets what's it called, well, just a hug and all that, and is very happy for Luffy. So yeah. Of course, she's realized what she's doing, and of course gets flustered. This is where Nojiro says, never mind, there might be something else there. This is where Luffy says, but you're all free. This is where everyone that's in the island kind of realizes that they're all free from Arlong and what's called the Marines. So yeah. And they do kind of be happy for, what's it called, the Straw Hats. And this is where Luffy does ask Nojiro if she would like to come to kind of protect her sister. Nojiro thinks about it and says sure. So of course she does go along, and of course this is where Nami still takes a lot of wallets and does go along. So yeah. This is where Nojiro hits her in the head, and this is where Luffy says, everyone is now okay. So, next stop would be Log Town. This is where, well, they all look at him, and this is where Luffy says, well, we gotta get there. So yeah. But this is where I'm gonna leave it off for part 3 of What If Luffy was a reincarnation of Sukuna. So yeah. This is part 3, and yeah. Have a nice potato day, potato night, potato seed, potato. But yeah.